Welcome, American Jiu-Jitsu family. We are on purple belt, and today we're blessed by having Shihan Kathy and Shihan Billy here. We are practicing social distancing rules. They live by themselves, I live by myself, but they have volunteered to help with these videos so you can actually see the techniques done with the person, and it'll be a little bit easier for you to understand the movements. Today's techniques are chokes, choking mechanisms, whether it be a choke or an attack to the windpipe, and also it's introductory to people coming at you with a weapon. The first weapon that we're going to talk about is when a person comes at us with a stick. We've been getting shorter and better with these videos, so we'll be able to consume this all on one tape. Blue-black is in one tape, and purple belt will be on one tape. Okay, these tapes or these videos are posted every day. One video is posted on my Facebook group page. If you go to the Instagram account, you're only going to see 1 minute of it because Instagram only allows you to post 1 minute. But if you go to our Facebook group page, which is American Jiu-Jitsu LI, you'll see the entire video for the day. Okay, and each day there'll be a new one. If you want to get a little ahead of yourself, go to American Jiu-Jitsu LI YouTube, and the whole library is up there right now. All right, it's all listed in its belt categories, and there are other tapes up there as well. And the YouTube is American Jiu-Jitsu LI. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to it. If we get 1,000 people that are doing that, we can do live broadcasting through YouTube. Right now, every day, we do Zoom dojo meetings, virtual training. We have a full schedule on our website at ajjcenters.com. It'll give you a Zoom code, and then you're required to have a password. Another one of the students at American Jiu-Jitsu has that password. We're not allowed to give it over the video. So ask them for the password, and we'll give you the password so this way you could attend. We had over 100 people in all of our classes yesterday, so we're so grateful for the students for sticking with us. We're so grateful for the instructors that are actually doing this and volunteering their time, and hopefully these are keeping you occupied. So without further ado, purple-black, let's do this. First technique is a technique called the bear claw. This is where we control that person who's overwhelming us. We're going to control this person with a technique that rakes to the person's eyes, which is a kind of a nasty technique where we rake to the eyes, so the thumbs would hit the eyes. We control the head, and we drive it right into the knee strike. And then we're going to use the bear claw again into the person's face, and we're going to rake the bottom of the face. So this is from a high wedge attack right now. Boom, he rakes the face, drives it into the knee strike, and then rips it right there. He's going to do that one more time from the opposite side so you can see it a little bit more clearly. Boom, rakes the face, drives it into the knee, rakes across the face, and there's your first technique. Second technique is what we call a scissor punch. This can cause a lot of damage. We introduced you to this scissor punch, I think around blue belt. Remember, when you hit the front of the body and the back of the body, and that shock is sent through the middle of that, there's a lot of major organs there that can get kind of affected by this, let's just say. So what's going to happen here is we're going to deliver that scissor punch, right, to the front and back part of the body. So we're going to parry the hand, scissor punch, and then we're going to come right up with that tiger mouth, right to the person's throat, and go into an Osensei type technique. So as she throws the punch, boom, there's your scissor punch, comes right up to the throat, and then from here it goes into your Osensei with the tiger mouth in the hand, and then from here can finish her off, or literally can do some severe damage and pull on that windpipe if there was a life or death situation. So again, parries the hand, scissors right there, comes right up. From here, a Osensei sweep, and from here, finish off with a vertical fist strike. For now, it's better finish off with a Osensei and letting that tiger mouth out of your hand, because if you keep it in your hand, you're going to do severe damage, and there can't be no oops here. Oops could mean life or death. So better off letting go of the windpipe, letting the person take the fall, and finish off with a vertical fist strike, and then depending on the severity of the situation in the street, you'll make the decision under attack. Okay, so now we're going into something called the kata hajime, which is a Japanese term for half, almost like a half Nelson choke. What happens here is whenever a person throws a punch at us, if we could, we try to move the hand. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. On this technique, we can't move the hand. So what's going to happen is we're going to kind of get caught as we do the block, and this hand kind of gets caught in between him and I. And now from here, I'm just going to gather around the back. I'm going to put this half Nelson on the neck, you'll see in a second, and this other hand's going to come around, grabbing the lapel, and it's called a slinging choke, or a lapel choke. So from here, as he throws the punch, here it is. See how the hand got up? Couldn't move the hand because it was too stiff or too strong. So he avoids, gets behind, with the left hand, grabs the person's lapel, with the other hand, counter pressures, pushes, and bang, that'll put a person to sleep in a heartbeat. Let's see that from the opposite side. So from here, can't move the hand, gets caught here, walks around back, turn to the camera, and look, there it is. There's the hand, left hand on the lapel, right hand doing the counter pressure, and Sensei Shihan Kathy is tapping because that means, let me go, I want to breathe. Breathing is good, okay? Now with this technique, like I said, when we could move that hand, we want to do that. So this time the hand does move, and we do what they call a naked choke or a Ajjc choke. All right, for now we're doing it to the windpipe, to the carotid artery, but this could be lethally done to the windpipe, which we'll get into the technicalities of Ajjc at brown belt. Okay, for now, Ajjc to the carotid artery, which within a couple seconds will put a person to sleep. So as he throws a punch, the hand drops down, bang, comes right across, grabs his own hand, and bang, takes the person out with the Ajjc. For now, let's keep it more basic, okay? All right, that was a little more advanced that you saw it on that one. So from here, one more time. Boom, and turn to the camera when you come around. He's going to grab his own wrist. Let's use the nutcracker one for now. And then just press it and call it a day. Okay, so that's your Ajjc. Now, we're going to look at a person throwing a low punch at us, and we're going to go back to that tiger mouth, right into the person's windpipe, and take the person down. All right, so let's do that one. Right there, and from here into a Sotogari, boom. Going back to the Ajjc one more time, also from a low punch, which means that we don't have to move anything because we have that big opening right here, right? So we're going to, as Sensei Kathy throws the low punch from here, he comes right in. There's the Ajjc. This time, show it this way. This way, like grabbing the wrist and pressing it this way. This. And turn to the camera so they can see it a little bit more. There you go. Perfect. See? Just right there. Perfect. Okay. Now we introduce you to weapons. So we have a stick attack. Now, American Jiu-Jitsu is constructed in such a way where, like I said, throughout all these videos, it's like a puzzle. And there's a reason why we teach things. Sometimes people say, well, this is boring, this is, sometimes in traditional arts, like stick fighting, they would make you do this for months because they want the stick to become an extension of the arm. The problem is with American learned people, we want things fast, right? We want things quick. We want quick pizza, we want quick eyeglasses, we want quick everything, all right? But sometimes things take time. So the discipline that they teach sometimes in the traditional arts is a wonderful thing if you have a group of people that could sustain, all right? Here we do teach a little bit more quicker, all right, because we try to satisfy our crowd. They say, I'm not sure about this, but people that I know, people that have gone to China say the Chinese food there is not the way it is here in America. All right, because they had to make it appealing to the Americans' taste versus in China, it's a lot different. This is what I've been told, so I'm saying secondhand information right now. My point being is we do the same thing in a way. We try to satisfy the crowd. The way I was trained as a student 50 years ago, when I first went to my instructor and I bowed to him and I didn't bow to him properly, he did a front snapping kick to my groin. I went like this in lots of pain. He goes, that's how you bow. Today, I'd be sued for a college education. So we had to adapt the way we teach. We had to adapt the way people learn and do it that we would keep our audience. So in the beginning, we teach you Tazabaki. We teach you how to avoid, okay, cornering movements. And we're going to do that with the stick. Now, the cool thing about a stick is we have a real simple principle. If the person is holding the stick in the right hand, in this case, you're going to go to the opposite shoulder, okay? If the person is holding the stick in the right hand, you're going to go to the opposite shoulder on all the attacks. And the other cool thing is that my right leg steps on all of them. My right leg steps on all of them. It changes a little bit with the knife, but with the stick, my right leg steps on all of them. So no matter what the attack is, your right leg steps first. And then we're going to take the techniques that we learned at pretty much around green belt, some of the ippons, and we're going to attach them to the finish off. Because when I show you a concept like defending yourself against a stick, I'm not going to show you a new technique. There are other techniques that you will not have seen yet that we can do against stick, but we're going to try to take some of those pieces to the puzzles that we've already taught you and then combine them with a new concept, learning how to defend against a stick, and putting them together so it's more learnable. So this is an attack against a person with a stick. Now think about it. If a person attacks you with a stick, they expect you to move back. By you moving in, you create such deception that for that moment, they have no idea what you did, and that's when we take advantage of the situation. So when the person throws a stick at us, we're going to move. Remember, when a hurricane comes, We all want to move away from it, and that's where the most damage happens, on the outskirts of the hurricane. But when you're in the eye of the hurricane, it's a very calm thing. It is very scary, but it's calm. So when you're in the eye of an attack from a stick, it is going to be scary, but we're going to show you. So we got a couple of common denominators here. One is the right leg steps in on all of them. There's 5 basic attacks, but right leg steps in all the time. The second thing is we're always moving in, and then the hand combination is always the same. Block, grab, hit. Block, grab, hit. We're going to do that 5 times from 5 different attacks, but the Tazabaki right leg stays the same, and the block, grab, hit stays the same. So the first one is going to be attack from number 1 attack. So by the way, 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, 4 is here, and 5 is a poke right down the middle. Obviously, I would have a stick in my hand, okay? But they're going to demonstrate it with the stick in the hand. So, right Tazabaki, right leg, block, grab, hit. Those are the things you need to remember. So watch number 1. From here, he moves in, block, grab, hit, back fist. Now from here, grabs and goes right into that Sotogari, finishing the person off. He's going to do the same thing from the opposite side. Notice his common denominators. He went in with the right leg, he block, grab, hit. Here, back fist strike. There's your Sotogari. There's your sweep. There's your finish off. Perfect. Number 2, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to go in with the same leg, and he's going to do the same block, grab, hit. But now he's going to use what we call a Ajjc, which you learned that at red belt. So take a look. Block, grab, hit. He comes around. Boom. Notice how he moves away from that free hand, and he's in perfect situation. He also disarmed the person, had the stick, so now the person that was coming out of the stick now can get hit by the stick. Okay? And by the way, we do teach you how to use the stick properly. Okay? Now, on number 3, he's going to secure the arm. That's going to kind of be setting you up for learning how to deal with the knife, but we're going to do it with a stick right here. Okay? So we're going to do that same as Sotogari, but we're going to secure the stick with an arm bar. We're going to roll the shoulder, create the off balance, and then bring the person down. But here's the thing. He's still going with the right leg. He's still doing block, grab, hit. And he's still doing a Sotogari. So things that you already know. So as she throws the punch, block, grab, hit, he's going to come under the arm, roll his shoulder to create the off balance, and there's his sweep. Let's do that one a second time from the same position because that's a good shot. Okay? So again, watch that. He comes in, block, hit, secure the arm, right? Sweeps, and takes the person down. If you notice for a second, he went right to the Sotogari versus the arm secure. You can do that, 100%. Always remember when you're learning a system, we teach it in a very specific way, so we all have, I always use this example, we make the hamburgers the same way, like McDonald's, right? You can't just do whatever it is you want to do, otherwise it breaks the system apart, okay? But at the same time, there is more ways of doing the technique than what we're simply showing, all right? So that was number 3. All right, let's look at number 4. Number 4 now takes a technique that we learned at, I think, green belt and puts it together. Now, this is a 2-part technique because we're going to block, grab, hit. Common denominator is still right leg in. We're still going to block, grab, hit. We're going to break the arm, but then we're going to check, or all of a sudden we notice a second attacker is coming. So we could finish this on the A, the arm bar, or we can add the B to it to get away from that second attacker. So we're going to break it down so you can see what I'm talking about. So the person comes at us with that backhand swing, block, grab, hit, boom, bring the hands over the shoulder, and bang, that could be the done technique. But now Shihan sees the second person coming, so he steps underneath, bang, does that kotegesh that you just learned, and there's your pin that you just learned. Let's take that from the other angle. So now we're combining the last rank and this rank with that kotegesh movement. Block, grab, hit, breaks the arm, right there, stops. Sees another person, walks underneath, boom, and there's your extended arm bar, and there's your technique. I'm telling you, we're getting better. This is the final technique for purple belt, so we're there and we've arrived. Now this technique, again, combines one of our basic ippons, which is called a Kosotogari, or yes, Kosotogari. Now, sometimes people say to me when I show this technique, but, you know, the butt, always remember, the butt should stay behind you. Don't ask me butts. The butt should stay behind. Little humor, all right? Because you will learn everything you need to know. In 50 years of doing this art, creating this system, do you really think that question hasn't been asked? The video only does it so much justice. I have no problem answering any one of your questions, but obviously I can't do it on the video. You have to have enough trust in us being around for 50 years, us having to deal with one of the most challenging times of anybody's life, and us gonna come back better, stronger, and bigger. All right, so please trust, we've been around for a long time. We hope to be around. We know we're gonna be around for a lot longer. So whenever you have a question, if you watch this video and you're like, well, you got a question, step in my dojo, ask me. Ask me, because if you ask me a question that I don't know, I'll get it for you. Don't ask me questions about building your deck or fixing your car. The deck will fall apart and the car won't start. But when it comes to self-defense, this is what I do and this is what I've mastered at. So please be trustful. Please have those questions asked, but wait when you come back to the dojo to ask those questions. So this is a situation where we take the person, we defend ourselves with a straight lunge coming at our body. We do this koso togeri. The reason why we're doing the koso togeri is because after we get into the person comes back on us. The person doesn't come back on us. Don't you think we have a technique? I'm not even going to tell it to you today. Okay? So let's look at this one. So from here, comes in, blocks, hits, same thing, goes in, goes underneath, boom. But now the uki or kaki comes back up, so he's going to take her in the direction she wants to go, and he's going to finish her off with a punch or a strike with the old stick. So let's look at that from the other side. From here, right, comes to the inside, from here, do it again, comes to the inside, from here, comes underneath, hits her, but she comes back up, maybe from adrenaline, whatever, and then from here, takes the stick away and finishes off Kathy with the stick. So believe it or not, we're getting better, all right? We're down to one video for blue-black, and we're down to one video for purple belt, all right? So remember in these trying times to keep your brain occupied. Get up in the morning, make your bed, take your showers, do your homework, take care of your business. This is not a vacation. This is not a time to get lazy. It's right now just a different lifestyle. I do believe the world is cleaner than it's ever been. They say one of the busiest people on the planet are garbage men. So people are cleaning their act up, okay? The good part about American Jiu-Jitsu is our act has been clean. So we're just doing more of the same. We're doing these videos to keep your mind occupied, to keep your body occupied, and to keep you occupied. Keep you at home, keep you safe, keep you healthy. Remember, the major thing is, with anything that's an obstacle, is you take it one day at a time and you just keep your positive attitude and know that every day that's behind us means in front of us, it's that much shorter of a time before we get back to the dojo. Remember, American Jiu-Jitsu LI, Facebook group page, every day a video is posted. YouTube, there's a full library of all of these videos. And we are doing Zoom meetings now every day. We have classes in Manhattan, we have classes in New Jersey, we have classes, of course, in St. James. And we have such a group effort. We had over 100 students yesterday. So go to the go to ajjcenters.com for a full list of all of our classes. You can go to any one of them. You don't have to just go to St. James or Maplewood or New York, anyone you want. And you're going to need a password. Find another American Jiu-Jitsu student that has that password. I really can't put it on the video. You'll be able to attend not only the video, but also the virtual training. All right, so stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you so much. Have a great day.